Hi, this is Gina Lazenby here, and I'm in Wellington, New Zealand with a good friend and colleague, Sue Barley.
Hi there, Gina.
Hi. Sue is a new energy teacher and spiritual guide, so we're going to explain what that is. Now, I've known you a few years, Sue, and what's interesting about Sue's work is that Sue has been many years in the corporate world, in business, working in training, executive coaching and leadership, and then she made one of these transitional shifts into a whole new area of work.
Absolutely, yes.
So you're a trained scientist, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I've got a PhD.
So what you're doing now is very different. So why don't you just give us a little?
Yeah, well,
what is a new energy teacher?
Well, I mean, it's funny because I had to find a name for it. And I think this is going to be the same for many of us as we're moving forward. A lot of what we're doing now didn't exist before. So I've had to find some words that would sum up what it is I do. And a new energy teacher is around working with the new energies. And what are the new energies? Well, I think pretty much everybody knows right now that what's happening on the planet, everything's changing and shifting. And we're moving from a place where we've perhaps been living in a place of perhaps fear and lack, and I'm going to call them quite dense energies. It's been quite a tough time, and we're moving through that now and into an opportunity of creating energies around fun and joy and humour and laughter and kindness and compassion.
It's always good, isn't it?
It is good, isn't it? Yeah. And I mean, not that these things weren't there before, but what's different now is that the energies that we're creating on the planet are actually supporting us moving on to those things. So for many of us, particularly women, if we've been working in businesses in the past, we've really had to shut down a big dimension of who we are, and in order to operate, in order to function, in order even just to fit in.
Yeah.
And what's happening now is, hey, hooray, we don't need to do that anymore. We can, we're coming into a time where we'll actually be able to show all of those things, those dimensions of us, which are going to help men as well, because they also have dimensions around, they have compassion and kindness and so on. They just may not be encouraged to use it.
So you're saying when you're working particularly in the corporate world, you have to kind of fit into a way of being which has not generally included. You mentioned compassion,
absolutely,
and empathy and intuition,
absolutely.
But to be successful, you kind of close those down. You say both men and women.
Yeah. And
what you're saying is it's changing. So it might not have changed for everybody, but
it is changing. And what's available to us now is the opportunity to unlock those things and start using them. But many people are still a bit in fear because they don't realise that everything's changed around us because it looks the same. But actually, just though it looks the same, if you try something new now from a place of compassion or kindness or from the heart and so on, you'll find that generally you'll be getting a different response. Okay. And I mean, all the things that are going on with the earthquake in Japan, earthquake in Christchurch, which is obviously quite close to us, and all the other things that are going on, what's happened as a net result of it is people are starting to open up their hearts. And you're starting to see people making connections. No longer are we, okay just to look at something on a TV screen. Now what we do is we realise that these are real people that are facing challenges. And so that's all part of the big shift that's going on. I mean, actually, it's really, really exciting.
Now, Sue, you're going to join us in Barley. You're not coming to Barley, sadly.
No, sadly not.
This time. But you're going to be leading one of the sessions.
Yeah.
And, what we want to do with the women in the workshop is what we're trying to support women in doing is women who may or may not have their own business is transitioning from doing business the old way, having been in a corporation, setting up something new or taking the business to a next level. What we've noticed is there's so many women who doing something completely different. And in that transition process, we don't just change what we do, we have to change who we are and how we're being. And this is where you come in guiding people through that process to do it more quickly, because we know we have to change, but we want to change quickly. There isn't time now to spend years doing it, is there?
No. Well, we're lucky because with the new energies, we're very much supported. One of the things that's going on right now is sort of almost like a rewiring of our brains, and we all have noticed it when we lose our memories. Now, many of us have started worrying about the fact we're losing our memories. It's actually...
What did you just say?
actually a really good thing, a really great thing. The reason being is we're beginning the opportunity to think in new ways. It's as simple as that. So if you can't remember a word, and this is something I struggle with, I can see the image in my head of what it is I want to say, but can I remember the word for
I'm drawing shapes. The round white thing that you eat off.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I've forgotten the name.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly
That's
it.
the rewiring.
So it's all part of the rewiring. So it can be very fast, and one of the things that we need to all remember how to do, and many women do know how to do this, they just need to sort of, you know, move the stuff, all the other stuff out of the way, is get in touch with our inner guidance system and our intuition. And it's through that, on a moment by moment basis, we will then start to really sort of unlock who it is and who we are and why we're here. Whereas in the past we may have had a lot of clarity on our path forward, now we're having to sort of allow it to almost reveal itself
There doesn't seem
step
to be
by
a
step.
map, does there?
No, there is no
This
map.
is new territory, and I
Absolutely.
think that a lot of women will resonate with this about waking up to needing to do something different. It's a complete change.
Yeah.
Needing to earn money from it.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is that they do that thing, is they follow that new path.
That's it.
And what we're trying to create here is a new map.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Now you emigrated and moved from Devon to New Zealand.
Yes.
And why?
Well, that's a really good question.
That's a big transition.
It's a big transition. It was I got a very strong sense we needed to come here. Myself and my husband, very strong sense we needed to be here. Information on that.
So you were really following your inner guidance system.
Absolutely.
You kind of trained yourself and knew that that was the right thing to do.
I did, yeah.
You don't have to move to New Zealand.
No, you don't. It's very
Different
nice here.
country.
You're welcome to join us. But how?
But
You know.
equally, there'll be changes, won't there?
Yeah.
That are momentous.
Yes.
Relationship changes, career, business,
Absolutely.
massive life and personal changes
Absolutely.
that maybe women are facing.
Yes.
And inside, they know they need to do them.
Yes.
But we have to support each other, don't we?
That's right.
In affirming that, yeah, those are the right changes to make. Because we kind of know inside.
Yeah, we do.
We just have to have confidence in our own inner guidance.
Absolutely.
Make
And
those
that is,
changes.
you're right, Gina, and one of the things that's so different now is that energetically we are being supported to do that fully. Whereas in the past we'd have had a lot of people around us who perhaps would have been uncomfortable with that or wouldn't have been able to go with it. And
Talk us out of it.
Talk us out of it.
Tell us we're mad.
And tell you mad, that's it. And get them back into the head. And of course, and this time now is now actually using what we have our minds, our higher minds, to support what we know internally. So it's a whole different thing. One of the things that's really important now is feminine wisdom. The world needs feminine wisdom, whether you are male or female, and we all have both sides of male and female energies. And that what's happening right now is we're going through a big rebalancing, and so women need to be able to and happy to step up and take their place on the world stage or in their business or wherever it is, to really start to show up.
World stage or community.
Wherever it
step
is.
up and show up.
Absolutely, yeah. Because now is your time.
Wonderful. Well, that's the conversation we're going to engage in Barley. So do join us if you can, but check out more information on the blog. Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Gina.
Great. Excellent.